these Neos SmartCams, which are sold, well, have been sold for the past few years in the UK, are going to stop working in the middle of November. The company that runs the cloud solution there stopping support of them. So this is what the cameras look like. It's the Neos, and this is the version 2, denoted by the O2 at the end. What I'm going to show in this video is how to upgrade them. So we use this Thingino software. So what you'll need is your camera, power supply, and your micro SD card, which is out of focus. There it is now. I'm using a 4GB. I have done it on another camera where I use a 32GB. Hopefully this will be okay. And I'm going to use my laptop. So a couple of things you need. I'll put the links to all these in the description, but you go to their main website and you need to download the binary for a camera. So for ours, it is this Wyze Cam 2, which effectively it is the same camera, and there's two binary files, which you'll only need one, but download both of them. And the only difference between these two binaries is the actual camera sensor which it looks at. So when you install one, if you find you don't get a camera picture, it's blank, probably it means that you need to use the other binary. So when I did my original one, I used this JXF22 version to start off with, and that worked for me. But if you download both of them, so that's the first bit. And then also go to this GitHub site, and you need to download within this folder the Wyze Cam 2, download the zip file. And that's all we need to get started with. So the micro SD card, I'm just going to pop that into my slot on my laptop, and it recognises it, and I'll put this to the right hand side, and I need, these are the files I've downloaded previously. The first step is to format your card. So just go to format, and it needs to be as FAT32. I'll just do a quick format. Yes. Close. And I'm just gonna pop the card out and pop it back in so it gets recognised. Okay, now expand the Wyze Cam 2 zip, and then take all the files and drag it to the root on your SD card. Okay, go back to the root. Then copy over the binary file. So we've got two choices. As I said earlier, I'm going to take the 22 version and we'll go with this one first. So copy that over. And then next we have to rename that file to auto update full.bin. And then you can just safely eject the card. And now we're ready to move over to the camera. So next we're going to take our camera, take the micro SD card and pop it in the slot. And then what you need to do is you press and hold the button. So I'm going to give you a straight press and hold. And you need to keep an eye on the actual indicator light, because next we're going to pop the power in, and got the power. Once it goes blue, you let go of the switch on the back like that. So now that will force it to load in the firmware. Now you need to wait about 5 to 10 minutes. You just hear some clickings as you go along. So I heard a click then. Heard another click. So the indicator light's gone out, but just let it do its thing. It should come back on at some point. It should still be doing something. This was a bit disconcerting for me as well on the first time I did it. Right, so we've got a orange light now. It's booting up, and when it goes to I just heard a click of the shutter. We'll get a flashing blue light for quite a bit. And then once it goes to I think once it goes to it went to a solid blue, it's gone off again. So I think it's done, but we'll leave it powered on. And next you need either your you need your phone. So I'll just pause the video for a moment. Right, so go to your phone, and on your phone you'll see a new access point. This is only temporary, it'll only be there for about 5 minutes. So select it. And it should. Okay, so we're going to sign in. So you go to a web page and you need to set up your network name, your Wi-Fi network, Wi-Fi password, a password for your root. So don't choose root, choose a complicated one. The host name for this actual camera, it can be anything you want, that's the default it gives. You don't need to fill in these last 2 bits, and then choose save credentials. So I'll fill all this offline, and then I'll come back. So I've filled in the details now. Don't use root as your password. I'm going to change that later. Those 2 are left unticked and blank, and I've used credentials. Right, I ended up connecting to the temporary Wi-Fi on the camera through my laptop, and I filled in the same credential details, and when I hit the save, this is the screen it comes up with, which you'll probably notice that I've masked out the private stuff, and I click proceed. So it's now rebooting, and that's the web address it gives me. So I'm going to go there. I can see that it's flashing blue on the back of the camera. It's still flashing blue. It's still flashing blue. I'll refresh my screen, see if it's detected. Right, the back of the camera, the status light has gone out. So I don't think it can. Sometimes on mine it doesn't like the local bit, so let's try getting rid of that. Oh, that didn't work. HTTP. Let's go up here. Right, that looks like it's letters in. It's a local bit. So type in root. I'm going to change my password to a more complicated one. It's just for testing. Don't want it to remember a password. And that's it. It's letters in. If I go to the front page, go back to preview, see if the camera's there. No, that's strange. It's got the correct time and that. Preview's not working. So I think this is going to indicate that I've got the newer version, I think. I need to use the other binary. So this can be our next part. I will go and get my other camera where it's working so I can show you that, and then I'll go and see how I can go about updating the binary for this next one. Okay. Okay, I'm back again. This is probably the 4th or 5th attempt of this, so I don't know if it'll be on an earlier screen. The interface looks a little bit different because through my attempts the interface has been updated, but the issue is, get my focus right, the issue is there's no video. Everything else is working okay. If I go into night mode, you can see the lights come off, and if I turn it off, so everything else is activating. I did firmware with the JXF22 version. My camera model has a slightly newer camera sensor in it, so I need the JXF23 version. So I'm just going to go through the process of updating it, because you can't do it through the SD card method. We only recommend you do that once the first time. We recommend you say you don't repeat it. So what we're going to do is I'll put my camera to one side. You can use SSH on Windows or equivalent in Linux. I'm using Putty to do my SSH connection, and we need to edit a file. So I'm going to go into vi / etc os release. It comes up that you press I to go into interactive mode, and you need to find a line which says image _ ID, which is that one, and it's currently set to 22. Change that to a 23, and then you press escape, and then :WQ, and that'll write out your change and quit the application. And now we're going to do a system update. System up. Yeah, it's upgrade rather than update. Let's move the mouse out so you can see. And there's a flag you can do is, and we're going to do a P flag, and that's a partial update, and that'll keep your Wi-Fi network password and your application password intact. There is an F flag to do a full upgrade, but you'll lose all your password and Wi-Fi settings. You have to re-enter them again. So we'll kick that running. I think I saw 23 mentions, so that's looking hopeful. The camera will reboot. So it's going to raise, it does a write, and then it does a check that the write has been successful. So it's verifying it. Should be quite fast. and it's rebooting. So I just heard it click and we can see the lights come on. Close my putty session, no longer need that. Okay, and the light's gone out, so that should be it rebooted, and we'll refresh my browser window, and we can see we've now got the 23 version, and we can see the camera. So this is what you should see if you're successful using either the 22 version binary or 23 version binary for the Neos SmartCam version 2. And these are your different options. So going to night mode, so it goes into black and white. So you've got little tweaks. When I was playing about with this with the other camera yesterday, I noticed that these seem to override, seem to reset after so long. And then there's this option which I've never actually seen before. Yeah, so that's it, done.